look here, sir, look here, center.
Sir, यहाँ पर, excuse me, sir. To support Sujay for the verdict, which is already on the path to success, been doing really, really good on Amazon and is on way to it. So somewhere I feel it's just not a mere celebration, but it's a journey which Sujay has lived, and somewhere we by his side are still living it. So we'll just start with a small journey, which is also a legacy which we have created and try to revive with the help of AI. Can we have the lights dim and we can start the video? Conversation and interaction about the book. This is more like we are celebrating the success because the book is come into Amazon 60 bestsellers and crime thriller, and even the top 5 new and releases. So we give a round of applause for that. Since the book is already on its way to achievements, and some are already done and some are on our way too, I have a question for Sujay. So how does it feel to finally be here where the book is doing wonders and you have so many people here to support you tonight?
For being here on this lovely Sunday afternoon. To each one of you, I'm grateful for being here. The journey was like my earlier journeys for my earlier books, inspired by some events. But this was particularly close to my heart. Why? In a minute I'll explain. On a family trip to Sikkim, while one of those walks I was taking in the morning, I stopped near a small tea stall. And there were these old guys from the village who, have nothing else to do but gossip. And you can get all the information from them. Right, Mr. Ponda? Get all the information from them. So, extra 10 रुपया दिया, वो बोले चाचा बताओ ना इसमें कुछ लकी चार्म, कुछ घोस्ट की कहानियाँ, फॉरेस्ट की कहानियाँ कुछ सुनाओ मेरे को. They started. That time I noticed the poster of a young girl, very innocent face, missing. And that kind of intrigued me. I also have a daughter. She was approximately the same age. And then I asked, Chacha, इसको क्या हुआ? So he said, भाई साहब ऐसा लोग बोलते हैं कि इसको तेंदुआ लेके गया, मतलब leopard. I said, can't be. There's so much natural prey in this forest, these hills. It's not possible. Perhaps this is a planted story. Perhaps कुछ और था और कुछ और दिखाना है, something like that. That was the seed which was planted in my fertile brain. And I decided to write a book because there are so many countless women in our country that don't get closure, that they don't get justice. They are killed, murdered, it is made to look like suicide. And ultimately, will they ever get real justice? So I created this character, Justice Negi, Karan Negi, who was a retired judge on a mission. He was appointed as a commissioner of inquiry head by the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice of that state and he, who retired as a Sessions Court judge, both graduated from the same college at the same time. One person retires as a Sessions Court judge, the other friend retires as the Chief Justice. Khan Sahab, हमारे system. And then he says Karan, I have got full faith in you. He said, I've just retired 2 days back, Chief. Give me some time. Let me enjoy this mist. Let me enjoy my drink. Let me enjoy peace. No, no, no. It's a political storm. You have to do something about this. You are being appointed, and it's a personal request from me. So at that time, he gets appointed under the Commissioner Inquiry Act, and the verdict is the result of his journey dealing with the nexus, the underworld, the menace, the political power, and yet thinking of Ernest Shackleton and his Antarctic expedition and his ship known as Endurance. The endurance of the human spirit, he fights against all odds, and ultimately the result is in the book. So that is what the challenge is.
I have picked the book. To me, the verdict and Dr. Sujay Kantawala goes hand in hand. Matlab, I cannot have a difference that maybe just separate. So, and somewhere the verdict itself feels very complete. When you say that the verdict, somewhere you have a vision out of it. So do you feel that, writing and being an author and, depicting these stories to other people makes you feel complete?
See, as lawyers, we are bound by our briefs, what briefs are given to us. But as an author, I have the freedom to think, to dream, to create, and create such a flow that from the start to the end, my reader, who is actually my biggest critic or well-wisher, he is satisfied in the end. And the reviews that we are getting are just amazing. It keeps me going on and on. And therefore, in fact, I've started my 5th already. It's like I delivered my 4th child, my maternal instincts for the 5th have already started. Something like that. So my 5th is already under plan, and hopefully, God willing, 2026, 2027.
That was my next question.
One by one.
That was my next question, which you already took away. But maybe would you like to give an insight? What would that be, the 5th one?
The title, I will say, the title, I am contemplating a title. One of my very, very closest friends, who is present here also, has this favorite saying, traces make cases. So this is going to be designed on something on those lines. Well, let me just leave you with that.
We have a cue for the next book in that case. Thank you so much, Sujay. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. You are my family. All of you all have touched me and my soul at some point of my journey. Thank you for all being in my life. Thank you so much.
Of the matters, Sujay was appointed as amicus curiae by the court. Option 1, Padmavat. Option 2, Urta Punjab. Option 3, the Kashmiri Files. Okay, I want people to raise hand, not give answers like that, please. I would want Sujay only to pick. Hands are really, okay, I give you the chance, ma'am.
मैम सामने बुलाइए सामने आप अरे दीदी यहाँ बुलाओ
Urta Punjab. That's the correct answer though. Can we have a round of applause? Ma'am, can you please come? We have something for you. Institutions was adopted by Sujay. Option 1, Fort Convent School. Option 2, St. Anne's Girls School. Option 3, a village Anganwadi. Can you please come, ma'am?
खाना है ले ले भाई
मैम लुक या प्लीज
For the hardcore readers, and in case you know what, you have been following what Sujay is writing. So, which was the first book written and published by Sujay? Option 1, Curse of Suspicion. Option 2, Love Knows No Boundaries. Option 3, Windswept. I already see hands being raised up. Because you also raised it the last time. Love Knows No Boundaries. Thank you, that's a correct answer. Can you please come? Jain College. Option 2, Siddham College. Option 3, St. Xavier's College.
Xavier's and who have witnessed this. Kush. I think they deserve it because they've seen our journey.
Verdict, the book we are talking about today, is based in which Indian state? Option 1, Andhra Pradesh. Option 2, Sikkim. Option 3, Assam.
सूर्या पूछ हम यहाँ से बात करते पूछ वहाँ पे
He raised like twice, right? So please come. Please come and give me the answer. I'm sure you know the answer.
First of all, congratulations, Sujay, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I think you could have based it more on the Kaun Banega Crorepati concept also. So the answer is Sikkim.
That's the correct answer, please. So, buy the book, guys. It's on Amazon. We also have the scanners outside. You can scan. You can, place your orders, get the books, and you want to get it signed. Maybe you all have his contact to reach out to him. Yeah. With that, I would come to the end, and I would like to invite Aishwarya and Arman to give vote of thanks.
Thank you everyone for coming here. A round of applause for my erudite father. Dad, you make us very proud. Your craftsmanship, your writing, it has glimpses of every single person in this audience. So I want everyone to open their book today, see the first page. We've curated a Spotify playlist. Listen to the music and read the book. Enjoy yourselves just as much as my father enjoyed writing it. Thank you so much for coming, everyone.
So Aishwarya and I had agreed that she would say 50% of what she said, and I would say the other 50%. So I will come up with the new 50%. I'm really proud of my father. He has always been a very creative person. He's been a phenomenal lawyer and a best friend when I've needed one. But this book, let me tell you guys, make your own interpretation of it. It's insane. It's amazing. It's a really good book. And I'm not saying that because he's my father. I'm genuinely telling you all as a reader. And yeah, enjoy yourselves today. Thank you for showing up. And yeah, I really appreciate everything. Thank you.
I also think we should give a round of applause to my mother. Yes, without whom this was not possible. It is very difficult to tolerate my father on his literary days. Thank you everyone.
About the verdict, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, we were on a family holiday to Sikkim, and there is a beautiful hill station known as Pelling. Now, I have this habit of getting up early in the morning, going for walks. So then you take a forest trail, and then after some time, when you go, you'll see a tea stall guy with all oldies from the village who love to gossip. There's a lot of mist around because there's mountains, lot of trees, beautiful. There, some oldies were sitting and having chai. So I gave him a 10 rupees extra and I took a cutting. And then I said, Chacha, kuch batao yaar, kya hai iske bare mein, about these mountains and kuch. Bola, this is a evil thing, this is a good thing, ye devi hoti hai, ye devta hota hai, this kind of things. On that side, I saw the poster of a young innocent face and the word was missing. So it kind of intrigued me because I also have a daughter. So young girl, I said, Chacha, ये छोकरी की कहानी क्या है? तो बोला साहब ऐसा लोग बोलते हैं कि तेंदुआ लेके चला गया. Tendua is the leopard. I said, no way. Leopard has so much natural prey in this forest over here. Why should he go for a human being? And that kind of started thinking. I started thinking. The seed of the story was planted at that time in my mind. There is something that is wrong here. This is not possible. This is absolutely not possible. Then I thought, हमारे कंट्री में इतनी लड़कियां हैं, so many women who never get justice, who die, who are killed. Let's write a book on that. Let's write a book on the fight of a man who has now retired from a judge, being a judge. And he is appointed under the Commission of Inquiry Act. And he takes upon the whole city. He takes upon the underworld, the political nexus, the gundas. One man's fight. But he wanted to bring justice to someone who could never pay him back. That is a real justice for somebody who can never repay you back. That is the way I was inspired to write this book.
How does it feel to be on the Amazon bestseller list, and your story about one man's fight for justice has become the fight for every daughter's justice?
Absolutely. And I hope it inspires people. I hope it inspires police. I hope it inspires the people who can be in a position to help. We are all in a position to help in some way or the other, but we choose to remain silent. We look the other way. Why? किससे डर है आप? आपके ज़मीर से? That you can never answer your own conscience. So therefore, I hope this book inspires, and I'm grateful to the reviews that I have got, and that it continues to be on the bestseller list, which is a great encouragement for me, so that I can keep on writing further, and I can write my fifth also.
Sir, you've written 3 books before this. How different are they from this book?
So the first one was Love Knows No Boundaries, which was on relationships. आजकल इतने divorces होते हैं, इतने तलाक. Why? What started off with candlelight dinners and roses and all sweet words, couple of years it ended up in a mess. Why? Because you're living under the same roof. So that made me write Love Knows No Boundaries, about a relationship which has blossomed over the years, but they are not married. Do you really need to get married to be happy? No. Though I am married, of course, myself, but still, it is a concept for today's generation, because I am seeing so many divorces happening in the court. Why? The children are the biggest casualty in this, not the parents. So that made me write Love Knows No Boundaries. Second book was Curse of Suspicion. Curse of Suspicion was where a lawyer gets his wife killed by a venomous snake. And there is an amazing story, Curse, very well received. Third was Windswept, where the woman annihilates and finishes the whole family of the husband and finally kills the husband also. There, a lot of medical intelligence, a lot of medical data, knowledge was brought, and that helped me. So doing a lot of research makes me write, inspires me. And then came the verdict, which is in front of all of you all. This is my 4th book, and I hope, with wishes of everyone, I continue writing further.
Sir, there's one more thing I wanted to ask. You have layers in your book. As you peel, you keep peeling further layers. How difficult is it?
Yes. In fact, the flow. That's what they call the flow. I'm not a professional trained author. I'm a lawyer by profession, and I'm proud to be. But the flow is very important. How you start your book, how you continue the journey. Suppose your reader reaches 100 pages and says, "अरे यार मैं बोर हो गया, क्या फालतू जैसा वही कहानी." नहीं. Your flow has to be continuous, like a river that keeps on flowing, and your reader till the end should realize, यार अब क्या होगा? What will happen now? What will happen next? And that is the USP. And then the reviews which I get, the feedback which I get, inspires me more.
When you speak also, you speak as though you're writing. Your book has poetry. You've written books on poetry.
Yes.
And importantly, I found out about the background music that we can actually play when we listen to the book.
Yes,
so tell us about that.
we have a Spotify list. So when my protagonist, retired Judge Karan Neki, sits alone in the evenings, his wife has left him, his daughter doesn't talk to him, akela shaks. Whole day he works. There's a mist coming through his window, and he's sipping his drink, and then he writes poetry. Very painful, soulful poetry. So the poetry is also written by me in the book, and that has enhanced the pleasure of conveying my idea. Apart from that, we have a Spotify list, because he plays soulful ghazals, sad songs, all it has been curated and made into a Spotify list कि कहीं ना कहीं मेरा रीडर जो है Spotify list प्ले करते करते मेरी बुक पढ़ेगा तो शायद ही मैं connect even better. So we have used those tools.
Sir, you have a OTT bestseller in your hands, 4 of them in fact. How does it feel?
It feels great, it feels on top of the world, and it gives me so much encouragement to keep on writing, because apart from my profession I have to spend many hours in the nights, many sacrifices I have to do to keep on writing, to do research, and that is the fun of the whole thing. Writing a book is like actually conceiving a child, then delivering the child, and the moment the child is delivered you want to deliver the next child, so something like that. It's a beautiful experience. Designing the cover, I take part in designing the cover, I take part in designing the back cover, I take part in designing the spine, the way the entire flow of the book moves. It's just a beautiful experience.
Why the eye of the leopard?
Yes. The story was, साहब तेंदुआ लेके गया. So the leopard is made the criminal by the local forces, the police, the political gangs, to make it look as if it was a leopard attack. The body of the girl has claw marks, which were all made. So the scene was a made-up scene. That is why the leopard is the focal point. And I use a lot of animals, because animals have a straight way of life. Everybody knows what a leopard will do. He is made for that. Everybody knows what a snake will do, a lion will do. But a human being can be very treacherous. A human being can betray, backstab, can go to any extent. He is very devious, the human being. And therefore, the human being is the book, but the focal point is the leopard's eye. The leopard's eye is very sharp. It's actually the eye of the investigator. Because if you go closely into the eye, you will see a different image in the eye.
Sir, one last question from you. That this is a fight of a father for his daughter. What did your daughter, who herself is a lawyer, think about this when she read it?
She was extremely proud. She patted me and she said, "Dad, keep on writing more."
Is that the best compliment you received?
Best compliment.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, let me enjoy my drink, let me enjoy peace. No. It's a political storm. You have to do something.